Joining us now from New Orleans with more on the salvage operation is Captain Jim Staples. He's a maritime consultant who's been recognized for heroism at sea. He's also joined us a couple of times this week. Jim, give me your take on what's unfolding there. It's pretty remarkable. As we mentioned, it's just been a few short hours and we're seeing the progress in just a short amount of time, actually.
Absolutely remarkable. It's astonishing how far they've gotten in just a short period of time. But like we talked about, time is the greatest enemy right now, and that's what they're contending with. And they need to do this operation quickly, but still keep safety in mind. And it's just amazing how much of the vessel they've got uprighted already. It's a great feat so far.
And you were mentioning time, 19 hours for the Costa Concordia. Looking at this, it looks as though it'll be less time than that. But talk to me about the degree of difficulty, the potential obstacles that can come along as you do a delicate operation like this.
Well, absolutely. One of the things they need to consider is the furniture. You know, was the furniture bolted down to the deck? Most likely it wasn't. So the furniture is probably floating free. And as they pull the vessel out of the water, that furniture is going to start to descend to whichever position the ship is in, causing more obstacles. So the underwater terrain of the vessel is changing all the time, not only with the current, but also with the vessel's position changing. So there's many obstacles that they're going to have to go through with tables, broken chairs, beds, and unfortunately bodies. So it's dramatic what these divers are going through.
How does size or weight factor into this? And when I say weight, you think about the water. I guess if it's sloshing around, that's something that's part of the equation as well, correct?
Well, absolutely. There's a lot of water and a lot of pressure and force being exerted on the vessel where it was not intended to be, especially on the size of the ship. So, you know, we're probably going to see the obstructions, the vessel being bowed out, possibly in the house area. And it's just not it was never intended to have this kind of water inside the vessel. So there'll be some structural changes when they get this vessel uprighted.
As you watch this, how long do you think the operation is going to take?
Oh, the way they're going right now, I'd be surprised if they didn't have this accomplished probably within the next 10, 12 hours.
And then what happens then? I guess you stabilize it, you refloat it, then you tow it elsewhere?
Well, that'll be up to the salvage operation as to what they do. She may still be too unstable to move. They're probably going to maybe start dismantling it there and maybe tow it down the river. I'm not sure where the closest shipyard would be, but you know, it all depends on again, the weather conditions too have a lot to say in what they're going to actually do with the vessel.
And then the recovery effort, getting the bodies, that's never easy. And given the fact that we've been hearing that many of these people have locked the doors to their cabins, and then as you were talking about, debris everywhere, furniture, that's a whole nother story, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely, and that's going to be the biggest obstacle. Is, you know, unfortunately, it's going to be a gruesome scene to go in and start taking out a lot of these people. It's going to be very challenging for the divers and the rescue teams that are there.
Captain Jim Staples, thanks so much for giving us your analysis from New Orleans.
My pleasure. Thank you.